Thanks for tuning in. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the Boucher Washington Express. Here's their 2500, pulling a string of 4 of the passenger cars. This set dates to 29 or 1930, shown in the catalog here, the Washington Express. Fairly expensive set, $96 here. And now the 2500 comes with a double motor and double fields. With a quick slip of the acorn nuts on the front, you can lift your engine shell right up in the air here. And there are your 2 motors with the double field each, times 2. Very clever. Initially, the 2500 lasted from, say, 1912, 1913, up until 29 with only 1 motor, but Boucher decided to up the line a little bit in 1929 to 1930 and add a double motor. So quite impressive. They also, of course, increased the price of the engine here. This is their top of the line piece. Boucher took over the steam line from Voltamp company. This engine was initially offered by Voltamp in 1922 in this style here. Prior years it was a high cab, but in 1922 they kind of streamlined things, came up with the low cabs for their big debut in their Manhattan showroom with Frank & Son. Of course, at that time they're doing 2-inch, and the whole idea kind of died because 2-inch had pretty much run its gambit. They were still selling these cars here, which they introduced around 1910. These are the large series cars, which were quite nice for 1910, but by 1922 they're a bit dated, and certainly by 1929 these are pretty much antiques. But you can remove the roof. You pop a little here and the roof pops up. Unfortunately, they didn't prime or didn't prepare the metal properly, so a lot of Voltamp unfortunately flakes like this. But nonetheless, nice looking cars. In the catalog, they mentioned that the new set is going to have 6 axle wheels, which you can see here on the cars here. So this is the standard 2500. In 1930, they upped their game again, offering the 2500 Deluxe, which was the Blue Comet engine here. So the only real addition you can see on the 2 engines here is that they added this cowl here, flared it up a little bit, and then put a different cab. So there are your 2 engines there. The rest down here is pretty much the same. They both have, in this case, 2 motors. And then they went from that little tender up there, which had been around with Voltamp forever, and came up with this nice 12-wheel tender, which is quite nice. They also offered this engine, the 2500 Deluxe, in black, but more commonly you find it in the Blue Comet here, if common can be used there. And then these were the cars that they introduced, the Blue Comet cars with the 6-wheel trucks. So these cars were the 6-wheel truck ones. Those ones we've only seen with the 4-wheel trucks. In reality, these are wonderful and great, and they look absolutely wonderful. However, these are basically kind of almost a little better than one-off being made at a time. So even though the motors are incredible and the chassis is very good with nice casting and the wheels are wonderful and the side rods are beautiful, the cabs themselves are pretty thin, so you have to be quite careful with them. These are copper roofs, so they can be dented quite easily. And then, of course, you see what happens when you don't prepare your metal properly. Everything flakes. So we'll fire up the Washington Express one more time, and memorable for what's happening tomorrow in Washington. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.